Matt, you said, so they said, what's the hardest part about your show? Was that a question?
Yes.
And you said the preacher and the doctor stuff? Isn't that all of your stuff?
Yes, it's all hard for me.
Just wanted to be perfect.
There really is a police scanner going. Hey guys on the right. Hey, we can hear your conversation. Hey you, it is her turn. Yeah. Oh, we can. I just want to show you the whole thing.
Oh, you're the police scanner people?
You know what? I don't think you're not.
Hello, everybody. I picked you up? I doubt that. I would never do that. I remember you. We do all of these different poses and photo ops. And basically, how many people, let's start over again. How many people have never been to a supernatural convention before? Oh my God. Wait a minute, just for frame of reference, how many have? Okay, it seems like maybe a small fraction more of you have done this before, but it looks like a lot of people have not. And one of the things that you should know if you're new to this is that we have photo ops. Are you aware of this fact? I don't know why they call it that. It's just a photo. It's not a photo opportunity. It is just a photo. It's not like, well, I don't know, maybe we'll get a photo, maybe we won't. We're just taking photos, but we call them photo opportunities. I suppose, conceivably, somebody could opt to not take a photo at that point, but no one to date has done that. So we have photo opportunities, and we are, a lot of actors from sci-fi shows have been doing this for decades. And typically they will sit in a chair and you will stand on the tape mark next to them and ideally not touch them. And we have done a slight twist on that, which is we will do, whatever BDSM pose, whatever you want. There is pretty much, I guess I'm trying to think if there's anything that we have said no to. I think actual penetration, although now that I mention it, I think we may have actually done that too. Yeah, so it's pretty much whatever people say. And it's like, we've given up all hope of having any kind of self-respect or dignity. Somebody will come in with some moose antlers and, for Jared and tiara for me, and they'll be like, hey, Misha, would you mind riding on Jared? And we'll both look at each other like, sure, we'll do that. Yeah. We're successful actors. We'll do that. This tangent started for a reason. Yes, it was you, young lady, who screamed out, sorry about the lipstick. So, one of the things people say is, could I kiss you on the cheek? And usually there's a split second in which I process who they are and what colored lipstick they have on. Because if it's really bright lipstick, chances are they're gonna just latch on like a succubus onto your face. lipstick all over the place, which is what you did. If I'm not mistaken. And I think typically those who have no lipstick on whatsoever do a little air kiss and make no contact whatsoever. So it's like a warning sign. But I didn't have time. I saw you coming, and I was like, oh no, no, no. You got me, and then everybody rushed over with like cleaning things and medical gauze and stuff like that. Anyway, prognosis is everybody thinks I should be fine. So I can't really see you, and I don't know whether you're crying or how we're doing. We're good. We're good. Yep. Why did I change? I only slept for about an hour last night, and I went out dancing with some friends in LA last night, and then got on an airplane. I smelled really bad. There was no like stop at a hotel kind of experience for me in between then and now. And I did go into the bathroom, and my dad used to call a whore's bath. You know what? So typically you do a whore's bath with, and I'm sorry by the way if there's any whores in the audience. I don't know. Sorry, we'll use a more PC term, a prostitute's bath. And typically you use like a washcloth or a sponge or something. I don't know why I'm addressing you. I'm like, you know what I'm talking about, obviously. So I did it with the paper towels in the bathroom here at the convention center. Like I took off my shirt and I did a bath. And I also changed my shirt because I'm generous to other people. Yeah. Great, okay. Yeah, speaking of taking off my shirt, so Hold that thunderous applause for a second, will you? So one of my very oldest, dearest friend from 7th grade recently came over. We went swimming together, and he's been like on a kick, like a fitness kick, and he got in really good shape. I was like, oh my, holy shit, dude! Like, you've always been kind of flabby, but like he has a six-pack all of a sudden. He's like 42, and he has a six-pack for the first time in his life. And I was like, Jesus. That bums me out. Now I have to get a six-pack. And then my son was like, and I was like, Darius, you have a six-pack. It's amazing, man. And then my son was like, I have an eight-pack. And then Mason, my daughter, she was like, Dad, look at mine. And then she flexes her arms, takes off her shirt, she points to her ribs right here. She's like, look at my muscles. I'm so strong. I have a four-pack. And then they were like, hey, Dad, you have a one-pack. And they said, not disparagingly, they were like, yeah, you have a one-pack. So I didn't let them play for a week outside. Okay. What? I'm perfect? Not sullied by multiple packs, just one decent large pack. What? Never mind. I don't want you to clarify whatever you said. What, do you have a question? Can you get us back on track here, please?
Thank you, Misha. I just wanted to let you know that Castiel's my favorite character, and I madly love you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. I'm just going to quickly text Jared and Jensen then.
My question is,
yes.
Do you have any favorite birthday traditions? And the reason I'm asking that is because one of my best friends who's sitting in the front row over there, it's her birthday today. And her name is Jackie. So, you want to share one of your traditions with us?
Hi, Jackie. Happy birthday. Are you Jackie with the white t-shirt on?
Yes.
She's utterly motionless. I think she might currently be unconscious. She's still sitting up in her chair, but she's utterly motionless. Oh, a slight shake of the head like this.
She's going to kill me just so it's been nice
Oh,
knowing
yes, she is. That I'm certain of. Well, Jackie, happy birthday today. Birthday traditions. Yeah, we do birthday spankings, birthday stripteases. Birthday traditions. You know, we're not really that big on birthday traditions now that you mention it. I like to try to make a cake for whomever it's the birthday of. Jackie, I'm sorry I didn't know it was your birthday. We're really not set up for baking up here. We could order a birthday cake. That would be impressive if it came in time, because it's kind of late in the. You do? Has it yet been compromised in any way? Is it mostly intact or completely intact? Is it for somebody's birthday? Did you just offer to give away your friend's birthday cake? It's times like these when you know who your real friends are, isn't it? Well, Jackie, I put my mother's birthday in Gishwiz this year, the scavenger hunt. And it was a very surreal experience. So I installed an app on her phone that she was unaware of, and I was like, hey Mom, Dad, what do you have for pictures? What's your password? And I put a tracking app that drops pins wherever she is, which I can turn on whenever I want. And so we were driving around town. It was her birthday. I had put an item in the scavenger hunt, which was like, come take a picture with my mother in the background. And I was sort of imagining like nature photography, like somebody like doing a selfie like this with my mother at a distant silhouette in the background, you know. And so we were driving around town, and this app was dropping pins randomly. And we drove past this little park, and it dropped a pin. And then we went to buy some buckets to go blackberry picking. And I was like, where should we go? Oh, I know, there's that park. We should go blackberry picking at that park. And I really hadn't planned it, had no idea. But the app had dropped a pin there, and a ton of people were in the park waiting for us when we got there. And they completely mobbed my mother, who, my mom, she likes attention, and it was good at first. But then it was like, help! There are people all around her, smothering around her and clogging up the parking lot, and the park police came. And your team was there. Yeah, they were a big problem. They were a big problem. And then, but there were all these presents. She had tons of presents, and the house was full of balloons, and it was great because I didn't have to do shit, you know? It was so smart to outsource that. Anyway, should we sing Happy Birthday to Jackie? And then who has perfect pitch here? You? Okay, come on up. Do you have perfect pitch? I guess. You can both come. Let's see if you actually have perfect pitch. Okay. Okay, let's hear High C above C.
Okay. Do you want to do high or low? I'll do high, okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jackie.
Dale could never do that. We went to this thing at somebody's house recently, and sometimes it's a little bit weird to be on TV, but to just like people sort of pretend they don't know you, but they really do know you, and it's a little bit awkward, and you just have to sort of roll with it. And so we went to these people's house for like a little potluck, and met this guy, and he's like, "Oh, hi, and he was like, "Yeah, I saw you jogging in the park this morning." And I was like, oh, cool. Like, I've never met him before, so it felt a little strange to me that he was like, "Yeah, man, I've been watching you." And then a little while later, he had had a couple beers. By the way, this guy's like in his late 50s. And he's like, "Hey, man, you know what? We have like almost the same birthday." Really? That's amazing. Very strange, like just meeting somebody. Like, dude, you know, we got so much in common. But I don't know you, and it's really weird that you're Googling me. And he probably went into the other room and was like, Google. Oh, now I got something to talk about. We have almost the same birthday. But that's not the right way for that to come up in casual conversation. You'd be like, "Hey, when's your birthday?" "Oh, me too." That's a cooler way to do it, I think. Anyway, I don't know. It's weird. Are we doing like questions on both sides of the room?
Yes.
Wow, this is advanced.
Hi, I just wanted to tell you that you smell amazing in your photo op, so you didn't need to worry about the shower.
Thank you very much. So do you have diminished olfactory senses? Or?
Apparently, I guess I must.
Yeah.
I'm videoing this because my daughter's being a brat, so I'm going to make her jealous later.
You've sort of been fighting with your daughter all day, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, because we talked about this in photo ops, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't even see you, and I know who you are. Tell her I say hi.
I will.
Okay.
My question is that I've scoured like lots and lots of videos online of all the different panels that you've done because I know you like different questions, not the same ones. So I guess my question is boxers or briefs?
Thank you for that very insightful question. I have sort of an evolving relationship with underwear styles. So I've gone through a lot of different phases. My first phase in high school, like where I really started developing, coming into my own and developing a real opinion about this sort of thing, was I was very adamantly a boxer person. But actually, as it turns out, boxers are really stupid because it's like wearing a giant pair of baggy shorts under your pants and they bunch up and they're uncomfortable and they're sweaty and it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. So I got older and more mature and I moved on to tidy whities because I was like, this is what grown-ups do, you know? And then I went through a little phase where I was experimenting with what's known as the boxer brief, which is sort of like a tidy whitey, but it's longer like a boxer, and it sort of gives you the feeling that you're still youthful, but you're basically an aging person. But the problem is I have like really big legs, and so I would find that if they were the wrong length, they would roll up and become like this weird little like rolled up bikini on me. So I need to get so now what I do is basically I wear like very long boxer briefs most of the time that are essentially like wearing long underwear under my pants, and I'm extremely sweaty all the time. So I'm actually glad that you brought this up because I should reevaluate my underwear philosophy. But I should tell you another thing. Richard Spate Jr., not the senior. Okay, this is what happened. So, I spilled soup on myself in my trailer on the set of Supernatural. It was lunchtime. I was wearing my Castiel wardrobe, and I spilled soup on myself. And what? Smooth move. Thank you. So I spilled soup, and I spilled enough soup on myself that I had to take my underwear off. I had to take off all my clothes, and I had to take off my underwear. I got a new wardrobe, brought me a new set of clothes, and I left my underwear, I guess, on the floor or something like that. And the wardrobe, Kelly from Costumes came and scooped up all the clothes, including the underwear, went back, washed them, and then she was like, "The fuck is this?" Orange underwear. They were bright orange underwear. And she brought them to the only obvious answer, which was to Richard Speight. And left them in his trailer, like, "Richard, yep, there's your underwear." And then Richard came out like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, who's leaving underwear in my trailer? You know, it's not cool." So to this day, this was 6, 7 years ago. It was a long time ago. In the AD trailer, my underwear are hung up on the wall. And this led to a whole thing where, Richard Speight said that, like, Misha wears orange underwear, and then people mailed me orange underwear. And then I had, like, this embarrassment. Well, even a single pair is an embarrassment of orange underwear, but I had a really embarrassing embarrassment of orange underwear. And for some reason, it has now become a thing for me, and it's like a good luck thing, and I only wear orange underwear. I actually don't know if that's true. I want to confirm. Yeah. That's the first time I've ever auto-wedgied myself. Bet you didn't think I'd go on such a long tangent, did you? Hi.
Hi, Misha. Looks like I'm one of the rare demographic tonight, but I'm a huge fan. Always loved your performance, and my question is...
What do you mean, like New Yorker? What is your demographic?
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker.
That's what I thought.
And a guy.
Oh, yeah, that other thing, right.
I guess that was kind of hard to miss, but...
how many people self-identify as guys? That is a pathetic smattering, guys. Hi.
And my question is there anything, either from your personal values or anything you experienced in your own life that you've drawn upon in your performance as Castiel?
That's an excellent question. Well, I think from my personal life, when I was first thinking about the character, I kind of, there was something about my brother that I drew on for Castiel. My brother can have this very ethereal quality, like he can kind of look at you and it feels like he's looking through you or something. And there's a certain like intensity to him sometimes. And so that's from my personal life that I drew on it for the creation of Castiel. I also, you can sort of see it right here in that picture right there. Sometimes when I'm portraying Cass, I just run the filter, like the thought through my head of, what's that smell? You can kind of see it right there. Yes.
At a previous convention I was at, someone made you disturbingly aware of all your ums and ahs and word fillers.
I don't do that anymore, though.
I'm pretty sure you did a couple times. So, can you try to go the rest of this panel without using ums or ahs?
Nope. That was truly is what I was saying there. Just got stuck in my throat. It was a truly horrific experience for me because somebody pointed out to me that I am very inarticulate, and I became painfully aware of how often I say and ah when I'm searching for words. And it really derailed the entire convention panel. So thank you for bringing up that traumatic experience. There's an app online that removes all of the words and leaves just the breaths and the filler sounds, the ums, the ahs, the ers, and the inhales. And there appears to be a direct correlation between the number of ums and ers and ahs and how stupid the person talking is. There you go. Hi.
I wanted to ask, what was your craziest Geschwätz thing that happened? I'm sorry for my English. I'm so sorry.
No, your English is excellent. You didn't say or once. This year or ever?
Ever.
That's challenging. Getting Geschwätz written on a mountain on Mars, or getting a mountain on Mars named Geschwätz, was pretty insane. I could not believe that happened. I took a true perverse delight in, we had this item which was take a fully decorated Christmas tree and have it float away on helium balloons. And that was really arresting visually to see these Christmas trees just floating away. And there was a size minimum. I think they had to be at least this tall. So it was a substantial amount of tree, which required a really large number of balloons. And there were a few airports that were closed because of Christmas trees in the airspace, which I was kind of proud of.
Thank you.
We had some amazing things. This was a great year. I haven't heard about any serious injuries, which was amazing. I haven't heard of any arrests from this year's hunt, which is a first. No court-martials, which have also happened. Who was that bad person that brought that up? Shame on you. Yes, don't act surprised. Yes. Oh, don't do that. That's not fair. Puppy dog faces are not fair. That's not fighting fair. She's still doing it. That's not fair. All right, fine. You want to play that way? She held on, though. She's good. She's a fighter. What were we talking about?
Oh, this year's hunt. So this year's hunt. So we had these items in the. What? Oh man, there's little Cass.
He's been abandoned by his parents. I know, I met him. Hi, little Castiel.
Oh, dear.
You know what's incredible? This little guy is walking around, he's just walking down here, and he has no idea how utterly adorable he is. He just thinks this is normal. He's dressed as Castiel, he has wings on. He's named Castiel. Hi. Are you a bird? Are you a bird? Can you fly? Oh.
Hi. How's it going?
Did Rob tell you about the item that was related, the stroke item? Yes. No? Yes? He did? No. So, one of the items was, Rich and Rob made a video that people should watch so that they can recognize this. It helps that show them the signs of a stroke so you can recognize them when somebody around you is having a stroke. And a girl who was helping her mom in Gishwiz saw the video and was like getting her friends to retweet it or something, which was the item. You had to get people to retweet this video. And then went over to her grandfather's house, who was having a stroke. And because of the video, she's like, oh, you're having a stroke, we're calling 911. And it probably saved him from serious harm. It was kind of awesome. We had a good year for doing some good things. We've raised so much money for those Syrian refugee families. I think we're almost $220,000. And the amazing thing, and we started with one family where we thought we'll just target everybody's attention and we'll see if we can change the situation of one family. We can't solve all the problems, but we can change one family who's having a really, really miserable experience. And then the floodgates opened, the Gishwiz floodgates opened, and it was like, oh, we have to find another family. Like, we have enough money to take care of this family for the next 3 years. Get them into an apartment, get them food, get them housing, get the kids in school. We had enough money for that family for 3 years, and then we added another family, and then we had enough money for them to get housing and medical attention and get the kids in school for 3 years. So we added 2 more families, and now we have enough money that we're looking for another family. It is very cool to be able to play a game that, by the way, the intention of Gishwiz is not trying to sugarcoat charitable activities so that the bad taste goes down easier or something like that. The point is to have an amazing time with a game, and I think part of the fun of the game is finding ways that we can do good things. But it's not like the purpose, and we're not trying to find a sneaky way to get people to be charitable or something. It's just an awesome integrated thing into the fabric of the game, which I really love. And this year was really good for that. We also raised another $50,000 for clean water in Africa, which is amazing. So good work, everybody. We did that, and good work, everybody who didn't do it, because you saved yourself a tremendous amount of suffering, which is also good. So it's win-win across the board.
Hi.
Hi.
First off, I just want to thank you for existing, because I do think that the world is a way better place because you're in it.
That is very kind of you to say. Thank you.
You're welcome. My question is actually, you did such a phenomenal job of playing Loose this year. So I was wondering what other character.
Can we have this woman ask all of the questions? Yes?
I was wondering what other character from Supernatural's history you think you could portray as awesome as you did Lucifer.
Dean. That's a good one. Sam. I think I could play, any of them well. Probably. We have kicked around the idea of somehow having Dean, like Castiel's possessed by the spirit of Dean or something like that, so we could do that. And I kind of workshopped it with the writers to make sure that they, that they felt it could work, and it did work. Because I was like, I can show you. It was like, hey, damn, I can't find the demon knife. And the writers were pretty impressed. It was pretty cool. This was a couple years ago. I remember distinctly Adam class being like, man, that was so weird, because it was like, I was looking at Castiel's face, but it was just so clearly Dean.
I think the Sam, I really want the more pie.
I guess it's just because we've been around each other so much, and I can pick up on the nuances of the character stuff.
Damn. God damn it, Sam, the pie looks good.
If you guys, if anybody happened to be, videoing that, you just go ahead and don't post that on Jensen's social media feeds. So, hi.
Hey, I actually flew 14 hours from Israel to be here.
Oh my goodness.
Mostly because of you.
What?
Yeah.
Well, we're very glad that you made it. Have you been here before?
No, never. Like in the US?
Yes, in the US.
In the US, I've been, yeah.
Okay.
For my bat mitzvah.
For your bat mitzvah?
Yeah. When I turned 12, yeah.
Why did you come to the States for your bat mitzvah? I would think that you'd have the technology to run one of those in Israel.
I don't know, because it's cool, like, it's Orlando.
Oh, that is cool. Did you bring all of your friends too? No.
Only my parents.
Oh, well, that's not so cool. But you're welcome. You're welcome back to our country. We're very happy to have you here again. How long are you here for?
It's my last week. I've been here a week already.
Nice.
Yeah.
And are you just in this area, or are you going to Chicago and New York?
I've been to New York, Orlando, New Haven, and Washington.
Awesome. Why New Haven? Why New Haven?
Because I want to go to Yale.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say. A smarty pants. Yeah. So are you doing the college tour? Is that part of your trip?
Yeah.
You went to Yale and you went to Columbia.
No.
You went to NYU.
No.
Just Yale.
Yeah.
You're
I have my heart set on Yale.
She's like, well, far too smart for Columbia.
Can I ask you a question?
No. All right, let's see. Okay. What do you got?
I wanted to ask this question for a year now. It's a little bit overdue, but in Lazarus Rising, the handprint on Dean's shoulder, was it really your hand? Did you use your hand as a stencil?
Yes, they did. That was actually, that was my first episode on the show, and at the time, they didn't think that I was going to be on the show for long. So there's a little bit of a different attitude. They treat actors a little bit differently when they're just coming and going. It's sort of like, frankly, they treat us as, the actors that are guest stars that are just going to be on for a short while are treated as disposable, essentially. And so what they did is they actually put my hand in a hot furnace until the blood inside my hand was boiling and blistering. And it was so hot that when I touched his skin, it transferred a burn. to him.
Nice.
So that's how they did that. That was earlier on in the show. That was only season 4. So a lot of the computer, CGI technology wasn't where it is today. So they were doing a lot more of that kind of stuff. I've actually had a complete hand transplant since then. So I can't feel anything. I can't feel anything in this hand. Was it this hand or was it the other one? There you go. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so a little sort of behind the scenes information about how we do some of the makeup and stuff on the show. Does he still have that scar? It kind of went away, didn't it? Yeah. Yes, he did. That's what it was. He had a skin graft. It's funny, actually. I mean, you guys don't know this, but Dean, he had that handprint on his shoulder, and what they did, because that's like a very prominent place, and you can see it a lot, like whenever you are wearing a tank top or something, you see this handprint scar, and that's pretty weird if you think about it. Like, it looks like you were touched by some weird monster, right? And then, for poor Dean, everybody was asking a lot of questions and stuff like that. So what they did is they did a skin graft, and they took a piece of skin that's like this, that looks just like that, off of his right butt cheek, and they grafted it onto his shoulder. So now he has like a handprint, mark on his butt, but it's not nearly as prominent. So, pardon me? Okay, that felt like a non sequitur. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Misha. I'm sorry if my voice is shaky, but this is my first convention, and I saw my name up there. I was like, thanks, Jesus.
Baby Jesus got involved here. That's amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
Can I just sidebar for 1 second? So somebody recently said whenever I was Castiel, they were like, well, I shouldn't be laughing about this. Well, you know how, like, whenever you're Castiel and you touch Dean's shoulder, you touch Dean on the right shoulder, but whenever you were possessed by somebody else or a human, you touch Dean on the left shoulder, right? And I was like, oh yeah. And they said, was that in the script, or was that director's choice, or is that just actor's choice? And I was like, no, that's across the board, always in the script. Not in the script. And she walked away when I was like, no idea. So I think that woman still thinks that is true. But the truth is, a lot of the times it's like, wait a minute, we don't know, nobody on set can remember how to do these things. Like, so wait a minute, when we're teleporting, what do I do? Do I touch you on the horn? No, that's healing. We touch you on the shoulder. So a lot of times, like, we do the I'm going to knock you unconscious move when we're trying to teleport or trying to heal somebody. Or I'm doing the, suck a demon out of you move when I'm trying to heal you. So Cass is actually, like, screwing stuff up all the time because neither myself nor anyone else on the group can remember what we're doing.
Hi again.
Hi again.
Okay, so my question
Yes.
is, a little weird, but I mean...
It's your first con, what the hell?
Yeah.
Live it up.
So, my question is, why are Cass's lips so chapped? Like, can we get some EOS or baby lips up in here?
Some what? What are the products that you're pushing?
EOS or baby lips by Maybelline, they're like, come in the different tubes, there's like Dr. Medicine, they're like original,
Are you like a multi-level marketing Maybelline sales rep?
But come to me after the show.
You've got some free samples.
Yeah, I'm gonna email you.
Thank you very much. Cass, here's the problem for Cass. Cass has he's in the unfortunate situation of being in a vessel that is portrayed by a guy who goes out in the sun and doesn't wear chapstick. So, tough luck for him. Thanks so much for your question.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. Okay, so
just want to say that you have helped me through so much in my life. Sorry. I struggled through a lot while watching Supernatural, and I think both your character and you as a person really helped me get through that, and I'm so thankful for that. I'm so sorry. Okay, so my question was, what was your experience as like a teenager with because I know you've said before that you were like bullied and stuff, and at times you didn't really have like a home really. So like, what's your full experience with that?
Well, first of all, let me give you a quick hug. It's okay. I'm gonna go back up this way. I discovered that I've stranded myself down. I think it's an amazing thing about this show to find that it has served as a lifeline. This is an enormous stage. It served as a lifeline in many ways for a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons. They identified with characters or something that an actor on the show has said resonates with them, or the community that has evolved organically around the show has served as a safety net for so many people. And that is something that I feel truly blessed to be a part of. It's just an amazing phenomenon that is very rare and very precious, and I think that we're all very lucky to be a part of it. And your story is, I wish I could say that was the first time I've heard somebody say something like that, but I've heard a lot of young people say that they have struggled with depression or self-harm or feelings of self-worthlessness, and somehow some thread that they pulled from Supernatural and its expanding community has provided comfort to them, and that's really amazing. So know that you are a part of a community here, and that there's a lot of people that are willing to help. By the way, we're just getting that crisis support network set up, and it's really coming together great. And I think we're going to post some update about it tomorrow. So it's and I think that it's very common for people to struggle. I think most people have some struggle in their early lives. I know that I did. Our family did not have a lot of money. We were homeless a lot and struggled with some of the issues around poverty. But we had a very loving nuclear family that was very important to me, and I think that was, that helped me a lot get through hard times. And I also think that, I hate to say it, but I wouldn't change any of the bad things that I went through, because I feel like, I learned from them and they made me stronger. That sounds trite, and it's not always true that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Sometimes what doesn't kill you almost kills you, and that's not good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess all I can say is that luckily you may have landed in a slot that has a community that is supportive and loving and will help you. So,
Thank you.
Oh, and you have somebody that loves you right there. That's nice. Hi.
Hi. So in Seattle, you sold Girl Scout cookies, and in Phoenix, you bought us pizza. So what's next on the Misha food tour?
I see what's happened. Now it's like, oh, that was a shit panel. He gave us nothing. I skipped lunch because I assumed he was going to bring food. Last time I go to a Misha panel. I don't know. We didn't even get a cake for poor Jackie. Sorry. Do you have any ideas?
Cannoli's good.
Do you have a good cannoli? Do you have a line on a good cannoli dealer?
Only back in Idaho, where I'm from.
Okay.
So if you want to fly it in.
Okay, great. So I'm now like chartering a jet full of cannolis to try to rush it in time for Jared and Jensen's panel. The cookies my kids made. Those were delicious. I've done some episodes of this show that we call in our house and on the internet, Cooking Fast with Fresh with West. And it's basically, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's basically my son like grabs whatever off of the grocery store shelves and then makes a catastrophic mess in the kitchen and cooks it all together in some horrific poisonous concoction that I then pretend to enjoy. And it looks very fun, and we edit out all the parts of the video where I'm like, stop it, you shit, and everybody posts like, oh my god, you're the best dad ever, I'm totally gonna do this with my kids. And you know, people always do that. People always was like, oh my god, I'm gonna totally do this with my kids. And then that account goes dormant and you never hear from them again. And I know what's happened. They've gone through a similar experience, and it's been very traumatic for everybody involved, and they're no longer speaking to their children. And this initially started because my son is very sort of independent and strong-willed, and we'd go to the grocery store, we'd go shopping, we'd come home, and they'd be like, what the fucking ham hock? Like, we don't eat pig's feet, what are these doing? And like, we just have these weird items that we had never even noticed on the grocery store shelves in there. Or like fluorescent colored candies in like the big super packs. Like I don't actually know how they managed to get checked out. I think he must have had like a total strategy. He put it in, he'd put it under something else, and then he'd slip it up onto the belt, and then he'd like go and like pee in the aisle while they're checking it out. So we were, no, don't do that. And then it would wind up in a bag, and we'd get home, and we're like, who the hell got 15 pounds of Swedish fish? So we do these things, and this really was, he sort of started it, and we basically, like the first one, we were just basically filming what was already happening in our house. But I caution you, don't do that with your children. Like, it sets them on the wrong course, where they think that they can just create explosions in your kitchen. And now I'm like, what do you think you're doing? Like, what kind of an animal does this at 6:30 in the morning? Like, all I want to do is I want a fucking cup of tea, and I can't have that because there's like soggy Cheerios mashed into every corner of the couch. Like this, who gave you this idea? And he's like, Dad, you did. You made those videos, and everybody thinks they're funny. So, just be aware. It's very dangerous.
Hi.
Hi.
It's so nice to see you.
Good to see you. One more thing, but just as I mentioned couches, we were we got a new couch because we set up like we have a basement that doesn't have any windows, and I was like, this is going to be awesome because we have this old projector. We'll project on the wall, and we'll like be able to watch big things on the wall. It'll be like a movie theater, except for very, very low resolution. And so we got a couch down in the basement, and And the kids don't really watch much TV. Like, we don't allow them to watch TV for the most part because TV, as you know, pollutes your brain. And so Mason, you know, she was down there and she was we're watching the Olympics, and very exciting Olympic men's volleyball, and she's like, wow, really into it. And so she took off her clothes, and she sort of like going like this on the couch, like almost like shadowing their moves. And then she goes, uh-oh, Dad, uh-oh, oh no, Dad, oh no. And I'm like, what? I'm pooping. Long story short, she pooped a lot. And she was like, sorry, Mason, for telling the story. I'll never do it again. But she caught a lot of it in her hand, and she was like, and then she realized, like, what am I going to do with this? And then she was like, and this was all because we don't allow them to watch TV, it turns out. Because she was so excited to be watching TV that she didn't want to go to the bathroom. So she was like, I don't want to miss, I'll miss some TV, and there's such a precious little television time. Oh, God, hi, guys. This is an unfortunate glimpse into a Misha battle. We don't normally talk about stuff like this. That's weird that you're there.
That's exactly how I imagined your house was.
Note to self, don't sit on the couch.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been there?
For a while.
Take it. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, it was a mess, but we got it all. She went up to the bathroom. I was like, actually, I carried her like up to the bathroom, and I was like, Mason, can you finish on the toilet? And she was like, okay. But first, I gotta wash my hands. And then she peed all over the floor while she was it was great.
It says a lot about Mason, about television.
About television, yeah.
About parenting.
Was Mason's answer the same as Wes when he said, who taught you how to poop all over the furniture? You did, Jack. You made those videos and people think they're funny. You want to do one last one? Okay, let's do it.
I just wanted to ask you a show-related question. When you have to do a physical part, when Dean was really whomping on Castiel, when he killed the Steins and then Castiel talked to him, how do you prepare for a really physical scene like that where you get thrown all over the place?
What did you say? You can always tell when someone says inappropriate things because there's a smattering of cackling. So to prepare for a scene, if we're going to do very sort of precise, like stage combat stuff, it's very important for everybody to get very inebriated in advance. Just linger you up. We do a little bit of practicing. You know, we rehearse it so that you know. I don't know if you know this, but we don't just like go randomly swinging at each other and hope that we don't hit each other. We actually say, all right, you're going to do 2 punches, and then you're going to get up off the ground, and you're going to kick him in the balls, and you're going to bite his ear and rip it off. And, so we sort of meticulously choreograph it. We'll do a version of it in a wide shot, and then we'll do some close-up shots, and then they'll do a pass with the stunt guys, and those are all the ones that look legitimate. We had one scene where Sam was possessed by, what's his name? Gadriel. And the idea is Cass comes out of nowhere and just punched him and knocked his lights out, right? And everybody, for some reason, like Bob Singer and Jensen and bunch of some writers. Everybody happened to be behind the monitors at this point. And we did the first take, and everybody was like, yeah, that was hilarious. And, oh, you were serious? Because apparently my like big knockout punch to Gadriel had looked like. So that was a slightly sobering moment for me. I mean, they really came out like, you got it. That was. Oh. My bad. Thank you.
Great story, man.
Home run.
Don't. Misha Collins, how is this year in Minneapolis compared to last year in Minneapolis? Are you enjoying this year better?
What was it that you said in the hallway? Richard came up in the hallway and he was like, hey, you know, if you're feeling like nostalgic or anything, we could, you know, maybe go out later, arrange for a mugging.
In fairness, I offered to mug you myself. I'd rally up some thugs and mug you.
Yeah, no, so far it's been very boring compared to last year.
Yeah.
Very boring, yeah. Which is great.
And it's weird walking around with your wallet in your pants, probably. That's gonna feel strange. I've never been to Minneapolis with my own phone.
I can see out of both eyes.
Hey, I can smile without blood pooling in my mouth.
But we digress. I would argue too soon.
That's fair.
Somehow, I think their emotional reaction to your buddy was a horrific thing. We're now laughing about it in hindsight. They're like, hey, Rich, Misha, Rob, come on. But you know, let's not joke about that. That's not funny. But boy, they cackled like crazy people about you shit on the couch. Man, that's all the wheels come off when it comes to kids ruining crap with crap. You people, you confusing lot. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, an unharmed Misha Collins. Robbie Benny,
Richie Speed.
Great day, great Saturday, everybody. Listen, we're going away. You're going to get autographs done. You're going to have other stuff done. And when you return this evening to this venue, it's going to be set for a rock and roll show starring these gentlemen. We look forward to having it performed for you. We look forward to you seeing it. We'll be back later, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday Night Special should be on your agenda. If it's not, you'll be sorry tomorrow. Good day, Saturday people. Well done.
Bye, everyone.
We're doing